written emails to executives for a lot of years, and I will say this, and I've said this before publicly, I respect what it took for them to become the director, the vice president, the president. I respect what they gave up, the hours they put in, the time away from their family, and their pay grade. But having said that, at the end of the day, I'm there to get something done. And I can partner with them, and sometimes I actually have to direct them. And so at the end of the email, I might write, out of respect for their title and their pay grade, I might write thoughts, question mark. But I do not write things like, okay, is that right? Is that what you want to do? Because it's not up for discussion. I've already directed them in where they need to be. And amazingly, ironically, they count on me to do that. The executives I work with day in and day out, they count on me. When I come to a call, I'm prepared. I know exactly where I'm going to take them. Every time I'm on a call, this is what we're going to go over. This is what we need to do. This is what I need from you. I need it by tomorrow. I can't wait anymore. You're going to impact my SLAs. You got it? Yep, that's great, Elizabeth. Okay. And sometimes it's not working out. I go, I handed you this. I don't think it's working out. I don't think this is a good plan. I have a new plan. Here's my plan. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, you know what? It didn't work out. I don't like any of that. Yeah, I kind of thought you didn't. I didn't like it either. Yeah, okay, good. We're in agreement there. But I have a new plan. Here's where we're going. You know, buy-in. But I have a plan. I didn't, you know, okay, it's all a mess and shattered on the floor. What do you think? We're not doing that plan. So you always want to have a purpose for the calls. You always want to have an agenda. You want to take them somewhere. You're driving down a road. You know ultimately where you want to take them. You may or may not get there because you're going to leave some room for collaboration. And you're going to leave some room for what they need to say as well. But it's pretty easy, particularly in this industry, to pave a way and really partner with them. And then you don't start to feel like you're just, you know, diminished, frankly. You start to feel like you do have that seat and that voice at the table, and all of you do. So, I did a lot of thinking about this, and you know, the data was really kind of disappointing, frankly, right? What they think about us and what we think about them, and it's just like, it just doesn't, it's just, you can tell nobody's connecting at all there. Then you look at the press, and it's just a big fat mess, you know? Really a big fat mess. And, you know, ultimately I was asking myself, you know, why, women are really smart. Like, why aren't they, why do they feel this way? Because ultimately, I read another study this morning on LinkedIn, first thing this morning at 6:30, and it was like, executive women don't feel like they have a seat at the table. And I clicked it open, and the study was just chock full of data around, you know, women's perceptions. And basically, it was real, but it was ultimately how they felt. And I took that whole article, and I forwarded it, and I wrote, I work with executives every day, all day long. I feel like I'm treated well and I'm paid well. Why is that? Question mark. And then I wrote, hashtag, how you see it. Because I think that the reason I've always been so successful, and I was in construction a long, long time ago. I was in this industry for many, many years. I think the reason I was always successful was because I didn't see division. And I didn't conduct myself, even in my early 20s, as somebody that wasn't capable or somebody that I wasn't unconfident. I never left that perception. Now, I could be running down the field with the ball the wrong way. That's been a big problem in my career. Like, no, you're over here. You might have to redirect me. But I always had energy, and I was always looking for partnership, and I was always looking to really contribute. And so I can't help but think, my experience when I read all these studies, and then I ended up doing this for a living, which just cracks me up because I never thought I would be doing women's leadership. I never thought, because I didn't even think we had a problem. Because I didn't have a problem. So when I read this stuff, I think, wow, this is real. Like this is their reality. And it wasn't mine. But I can't help but think it's how we see it. Because ultimately, there are plenty of positions at the top. I have never, ever had a male executive tell me, Elizabeth, I don't want to see the female candidates. Elizabeth, I don't want to work with the women. I've never heard that. I've heard women say I don't want to work with women, but I've never, so I have to start to believe, like, in my experience, I've never had a problem, but that's the perception. And so when I really look at it, I think, well, how did we get here? And I think ultimately it's our thoughts. And it's believing a little bit. If they had a reaction to us and a response to us in the office, I think that, maybe then we are unconfident. Or like the women said in the back, well, it just falls on deaf ears, so I just keep going. It's annoying, but I just keep going. I can't help but wonder, like, what part did we play as women to get us to this place?